And welcome back, everybody. We are going to see the back nine of the second round in the MP40 division at the Glass Blown Open, held at Swope Park at Cottonwood Falls, Kansas. This is the hole that propelled Joe to a solid lead. He got 3 throws separation from Donald on that hole right there. These guys have a lot of talent. 71 years combined. And this is just being members of the PDGA. Who knows how long before that they've been playing. But the touch, the smoothness, it's on display today here. Hole 10. Pretty long shot. We have out of bounds on the right side and also on the road. If you go onto the road or beyond, you're going to be out of bounds. Donald had that birdie on hole 9, so he takes the box. He's going right at it, puts those trees into play, and they do bat him down. He will be left with a long uphill putt to try and get that birdie. David is going the same route again. This one's a little lower. And he pays the price. Those branches don't let him get close to the basket. Dixon turned this one over. And this is going way right. And there are flags over there. That is out of bounds. That's Dixon's second out-of-bounds throw this round. Joe makes his way through. He is pin high, looking at about a 25-30 foot putt from there. After taking his meter from the out-of-bounds, Dixon will pitch up and settle for a bogey 4. Long attempt. He gives it the necessary height, but he misses the target. Good attempt by Donald. Now Dave here's got a bit of a left to right. He's going to have to put some anhyzer on the shot. Trying to float it in. That one falls short. And now Joe with a good chance at the birdie. Leaves it low. He will have his drop-in par. Wind's picking up a little bit, but overall, this is really tame. When you think about Kansas winds and how strong they can blow. Hole 11, 329 feet. Got basically a shot that you play. If you're a right-handed player, you're going to play the hyzer, the big hyzer. Avoid all of the branches down the middle and on the left side. A little tougher if you're a left-handed player. No out of bounds unless you land in the road right in front of you. Donald's shot is not coming back left, and it is long. Too much power. 330 foot long hole. He threw it about 380, 390. Dave throws his disc flat, and it's an overstable disc. Slides back left. He's left with slightly outside the circle putt there. And I wonder if that is Joe's 4-time rock that he loves so much. He really knows how to throw that one, and that's a beauty. He is parked on hole 11. Dixon throwing an overstable fairway driver. Very well done. And now coming back from far away. Donald makes the putt. What an amazing birdie. When I was filming this, I thought he had gone out of bounds. I thought that was like a circle 3. I thought it was amazing. Par save. No, that is a great birdie. And leaving it low, he'll have to settle for a par. And from 12 feet, Joe gets his birdie. So Joe still has that lead, 18 under. This hole is tricky. You can't see the basket. It's up and then it goes down. You gotta bend it left to right. And that is a very tight out of bounds right there on the left side. You can't see it on this picture, but there's a rope. They don't want the spectators, not the spectators, the players to end up left. Another safety concern. And there's the rope. You can see it right there on the left side. But any little thing can kick you down there. Donald made darn sure that disc was finishing on the right side. That one looked really good as well. Joe is safe and out on the fairway. Dixon let that one go way too early. And he was amazed that it landed in bounds. We all were, frankly. And Dave doesn't touch a single branch. Very nice shot. I believe Dixon took meter relief from the out of bounds. I think he was really close to it. And that is an excellent approach. Spikeheiser to get his par. Now, Donald did get the good drive, but he landed in trouble. He did not get out of jail. He is still working. Leans out to the right and almost makes the putt. Dave is on the edge. He had a bit of a putt, but it sails left on him. Throws it too high. Now you can't see him, but Joe's about to putt right behind him. And he was just laying that up. Just put it up against the rock. now from about 20 feet. Dave to save his par. Well done. So Dave made a comment about his putting to me before the start of the round. He says, don't expect much out of the putting. I've been extremely busy, and when he told me what he's in charge of right now with Next Generation and all, amazing. Amazing that he can find any time at all. Hole 13, Mando tree. Gotta go around the right side, and then the basket is tucked in on the left. The wind today was not terrible for this hole because it's a bit of a tail, so it allows you, if you're a right-handed player, it allows the disc to cut to the left easier. So there was a little help in that sense. You can see it on the flagpole. It's a left to right wind. And Joe going for the high shot. He is not pleased. The wind is not letting it come back in. And I believe he wanted it just to be closer to the tree. Maybe it just cut that angle more. Oh, fantastic skip. I believe that's the way to throw this hole. It's very dangerous because you have to flirt with that tree trunk. You could go out of bounds, but that skip is going to get you to the basket. You can see that both tall air shots have landed more to the right than where Dixon's landed. Let's see which route Donald takes. He opts for the low line as well. Gets the skip. Keeps on skipping. That one seems to be working better than the high line. Leaves that jump putt high. That's the second jump putt that I've seen him do today, and he hit the band on both of them. And Dave's been leaving his putts short, the ones that have some length to them, except for that first putt. That was just absolutely perfect. Donald's needs to start making all of these count. He has fallen behind. After a dominating performance the first round, he is off to a really slow start today. And Dixon gets his tap-in birdie. Dixon ties it up with Dave, both at 15 under par, and now we come to the most amazing green. I love this thing. I didn't get to play it, but it's just an awe. It's just I will let the picture speak for itself. With that right to left wind, players were going for the big hyzer over the ball field, which is out of bounds, and then also the gravel road left is out of bounds. Dixon hit the pyramid, so he's sitting real nice. And that one sounded like he hit the pyramid as well. Dave flirts with that fence. It starts out low and the wind just picks him up. And looking good over there. giggler. Trying to make this one stick. It does. Not on the pyramid, but everybody's looking pretty good right here. Now, comments from the players, they were saying how hard it was to get approaches to stay where they wanted it to on the pyramid. I didn't get to try it out myself, but I mean, I believe them. These are highly skilled competitors. Joe gets his to go. And that was a layup. He wasn't trying to run it. He was trying to put it right there on that second step. And it just rose on him. He did floated past. Oh my goodness. It rolls straight down the crack of the pyramid. Very unfortunate. He looks like he took too big of a bite trying to put it up on the last level. That did not stay. That went all the way over. And there we go. I think they're celebrating that it stayed on. This is something. Donald, it's his fourth shot. He's going for it. Hits the basket. Touches chains a little bit, but it's all the way down. Dave taps in for his par. And David thought that Donald's putt landed on the pyramid. This time he does get it to stay, but this is hurting Donald a lot. That's his fifth throw, and he's got to tap in for 6.
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk by Joe.
Directly above mine, right?
And Dixon is having a little conference with everybody, making sure that he has placed his mini and is standing properly on his lie, behind his lie. And that is unfortunate for Donald. This hole really, really cost him. That is a triple bogey. So he has given up 6 strokes to Joe on only 2 holes. This is an island hole. It's long. The baseball fields are out of bounds. The gravel road is out of bounds. And you see those 4 red pillars between the baseball fields. There's a chain. That's not out of bounds if you're on the right side of those chains. Anything on the grass on the outside of the field is safe. Joe is not taking any chances, and he has just set it between the 2 baseball fields. He's just going to go for the easy 3, I'm sorry. It's a very eagleable hole, but remember, there is a right to left headwind at this point. And there's still a lot of golf left. It might seem a little too early to really start risking it.
It worked.
And Donald plays it safe as well. The only one that kind of looked like he was going for it was Dixon. I honestly don't know what he was trying to do there. If it just flipped on him, and he ended up safe. Dave's approach, he left that a little bit short. He's got some work left to do. Joe makes sure he gets it up close. Dixon probably opted for a little more stable putter. Make sure he finishes left. And now from about a little over 20 feet, Dave to get his birdie. Bang. Excellent putt. Dixon connects it for his birdie. Good star frame by everybody. Moving on to hole 16. Now what the camera is going to show you is what one would expect once you step up to this tee. Is like, okay, well, this is the play, this is the fairway on the right side, and you can't see the basket over here on this side. Once you get down there, you know it has to fade left a little bit, and there is the basket sitting on top of the mulch on the rock. However, there is a play out to the far left, and it's not out of bounds, so players took advantage of it. It's a safer approach once you're down there to the basket. It's wide open out there on the left side. You're not flirting with any out of bounds on the right side, so why risk going down the right when you have this opportunity on the left to not lose strokes? Oh, and Dixon gets this one going really nicely. That is turning to the basket. Beautiful Anheuser flex by Dixon. So well executed. Donald likes it. He's going to try and do the same thing. And that one's going high. You got that right to left headwind. No chance. Once you show the bottom of that disc to the wind, it's gone. And Dave just throws it up there, hits the cedars, and he is sitting right by the basket. Joe comes lower, avoiding the cedar, and unfortunately it rolls down the hill. So what looked to be a better shot is further away compared to Dave's. There is no 2-meter rule, so if you can use the trees, use them. Donald does just that. He's sitting nicely. And now Dixon, from about 100 feet away, maybe 80. Well executed shot. And Joe's birdie bid is low. Nice birdie by Donald. Dixon makes sure he has a solid stance, a solid base. before studying the putt, lining it up and letting it go. And Dave gets his tap in for birdie. So Donald, David, Dixon get their birdies. Joe has to make do with his par, but he's got the lead, feeling good. On to hole 17. Hole 17, trouble on the left side. You see that creek where they're fishing plastic out. That's where you can end up. Trying to avoid that creek at all costs. David tips that disc over a little too far right. He is down below that tree just past the building on the right side. It looks like Dixon is joining him. He hits the tree and plops right down by the tree trunk. And it's same thing. Again, they're throwing into a headwind here for Donald. This is a deceiving hole. It says 367. It looks shorter than that. Maybe because it's downhill. Nervous moments for Joe, thinking it could skip down, but it settles down by the green. Really nice shot by Joe. Textbook approaches by Dixon and David. As well as Donald. So we hear some noise in the background. You see the guy in the red shirt. He was on the other side of that stone, and he wrapped that disc around somehow and made the putt. Cause for celebration. Joe gets his birdie, and that birdie right there gets him to 20 under par. Hole 18, 268 feet, it's really short, and it's an interesting green. Okay, you see that triangular stone? There's another basket on the other side. There's a junior course on the same complex, and the basket for the junior course is on the other side. It's really interesting. I like it a lot. Road is out of bounds. Pretty simple shot. This is going in fast.
No.
And unfortunately is right behind the stone. Will he be able to do what that person did? Somehow magically get a shot off around that stone.
Well, there's a lot of push.
Dave blames the wind. There is some wind coming in from the right that's kind of pushing the discs off left. We were hoping for an ace there on Dixon's shot.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one right there. Oh, yeah. No skip.
Donald gives it ample room on the right side for that wind to not punish him. He's looking best of all of them. And that is a scary leave. Dave does not know if he's going to have an angle to that putt. That is dangerous. putt by Dixon, finishes it off with a birdie. That is going to be a 50 on the round. 1030 rated round for Dixon. And Donald finishes what is not his best round out here at Swope at Cottonwood Falls. He's got a lot of work to do tomorrow, and at this point he is hoping to still be in the lead card. He had an ample margin to where there is a chance for that. Joe tried as hard as he could, but he just couldn't find the angle to get the disc in the basket. Dave does save his par. David finishes with a 51. Joe finishes with a 51. Both 1020 rated rounds. So Dixon had a really good round, 8 under par. Gets him to 17 under, tied with Dave Feldberg. Joe and David doing pretty good. Donald's going to have to work hard tomorrow. Join us, Flying J, when we go to Jones East to wrap up this amazing tournament.